We've been getting a ton of questions about what we're doing, how we're doing it, what we're packing, like what our itinerary is. So I'm gonna go over some things and answer some questions. We're going to Spain. We're flying into Paris, and then we have a layover from Paris to the south of France, and then we go on a bus, and then we get to Saint Jean, where that's where we start our hike. We have a 1-day rest period in between, so we will be starting the trail Thursday, this next Thursday. So exactly 1 week from today, we'll be starting the trail. Ooh, I can't believe this is happening. We originally heard of this from a friend. She did the Portugal route. We watched the movie The Way after we talked to her, and we're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is super cool and crazy to do, so let's do it. Why not? And then we had another friend that he did it barefoot. So we're like, okay, let's go do the Camino. Let's try this. So it's somewhere around like 550 miles, just kind of depending on where you go, what route you take. We are doing the France route. So this is the longest route that there is. The Camino de Santiago was originally like a religious thing. So I'm gonna get this wrong, probably. But like one of Jesus's disciples or something. I'm not religious, so I don't really, we're not doing this for a religious purpose, but this was the purpose of it in the first place. It was a religious thing, and people would go walk to the cathedral in Santiago to pay their respects to Jesus's disciple. I could be wrong on that, but something like that. So people would go to pay their respects. So that's the purpose, is that you end in Santiago at this cathedral, and we are going to try to walk all the way to the coast. We'll see how many days we have, because we're not 100% sure how many days it's going to take us. We are going to ride bikes through a part of it, and so that will cut off a couple days, but and then we also talked about riding horses through a part of it too. Like one of the days there's a part where you can ride a horse. We're not doing this for any reason except for just because we want to. So we're not doing it for religious purposes. We're not doing it because we're having like midlife crisis, maybe a little, but all 3 of our kids are now adults and moved out of the house. So we're like, this is a great opportunity to be able to go and do this, and we are both super lucky that we can take 6 weeks off of work to go do it. We leave on Sunday. We leave Mother's Day. We're going down to San Francisco. We fly out Monday. We land in Paris Tuesday, and then we take another flight to the south of France. I'm going to show you what we're packing, why we're packing. A lot of people think that we're doing this like out in the woods hike, to where like we need to pack our food, we're going to have a campfire, like none of that. It's not normal hiking. It's not like Northern California hiking. We'll be staying in albergues every night. So when we start, we've got albergues, are like hostels. We have taken a little bit of the bougie route and have booked private rooms for the most part so far. We can only book rooms to the day that we get bikes, because we're not sure how many days it's going to take us on the bikes. So I think that's like day 10 that we do the bikes. We have rooms booked every single night leading up to, I think, day 10. There's so many. It's a lot to plan all of this. It's kind of, it's a lot of research. It's a lot of videos. It's a lot of seeing like where we want to stay and where we don't want to stay. But we have been booking a lot of the private rooms just because we're a couple and I don't want to sleep in a bunk bed away from Daniel. And if I can avoid people snoring and listening to them, like I would love that. So I'm willing to pay a little bit extra for a private room, but really like with the 2 of us, generally you can get like an albergue, just a bed in an albergue, for like $15 to $30. But for 2 of us, that ends up being at least $30 to $60 for 2 of us to stay in an albergue. But for a private room, they're usually between like $60 and $100. So I'd rather pay a little bit more, since we're paying for 2 of us anyways. I'd rather pay $10 more for a private room. So we are taking a little bit of a bougie route, but we are staying in albergues with a lot of people too. Our very first night, Our very first night is going to be the hardest. Well, being jet lagged first, our schedules are going to be completely flipped, so that's going to be hard. And it's a 9-hour time difference over there, so our schedules are going to be completely different. But then our first day that we start hiking, we're going over the Pyrenees Mountains, which is pretty much uphill for like 13 miles, I think, and then downhill for like 2 or 3 miles. So first day is going to be rough. We're going to be jet lagged, we're going to be exhausted from traveling, and then we have to hike uphill for 15 miles. It's going to be crazy, but I know we can do it. It's going to be a lot. A lot of people say that it's life-changing. I don't really want to change my life. I love my life so much, but we'll see what it comes out. Everybody does the Camino different and in their own way, and for different reasons and purposes. And really, like, you don't know what your reason or purpose is until you're done. So I'm going to show you what we're packing and what I'm packing. Daniel's stuff is all back here. He's packing all of his also, but we're trying to narrow it down. Generally, you want to have your bag to be 10% of your body weight. Mine's more. I did hear in another video that 15% is okay, which if it's 15%, then I'm fine. I'm good. I am carrying this is a lightweight, I don't know what it's called. It's a good pack. It's something. Daniel knows what it is, it should say. But anyways, this is a 45 liter. Generally, this is too big for the Camino, but I've had this pack for years and I love it. And it's comfortable. It weighs 6 pounds itself. So that kind of takes up a lot of my weight, which sucks, but it's a great pack. I am still debating, but I do think I am taking my sleeping bag. It only weighs 2.5 pounds, so it's not super heavy. I don't know how much I'm going to really use it because we're going to be in private rooms. But then those days when I know that I'm going to need it, like, I'm going to be super grateful that I have it. Sleeping bag, number 1. Toiletry bag. So little toiletry bag. This has, I'm going to be on my period twice. So I did bring enough stuff to get me through one full period and then the beginning of another one, just so then that way I can buy stuff over there too. Got a bar of soap and conditioner. I've got some face lotion, toothbrush, toothpicks, period stuff, and earplugs. I have a little sewing kit, razor. I don't know if I'm going to shave, but we're maybe. And then lavender, because lavender is good for everything. And then we have these little soap things, so we'll be using these. I don't know how much I'm going to like these, but we're going to find out and see. This is like little tab things of body wash. So there's body wash, there's laundry detergent, and hand soap. So if you go into a bathroom and need to wash your hands, there's no soap, like you just take out one of these. Perfect, easy peasy. Toiletry bag, super simple. I'm not bringing a whole lot of stuff, just absolute basics of what we are going to need. A little sunscreen, a little chapstick, a little hand sanitizer. Oh, every single night on the Camino, you generally wash your clothes that you're wearing. You just hand wash everything and then you hang it out to dry. So it's super important to have some little clips to hang your stuff. And then if it's not dry, you hang them off of your bag while you're walking the next day. So laundry every single day. And I don't love that part, but it's part of it. And it just minimizes what you're wearing. I will be taking headphones for the airplane, which this weighs more than what I would like, but I need some headphones. A plug, charger plug, and then a European plug and a battery charger. And then some of the albergues, they say that they to bring your own utensils. So we just got these cute little spoons. They weigh nothing. A pin just for writing, whatever. Little gloves for my walking sticks so they don't make big calluses on my hands. They're sun gloves also. We're going to be in the sun. Walking sticks. A headband for my cold ears. A hat for the sunshine. A little ball for my feet and my hips and just anything else that hurts. I use our ball that we have here at the house a lot. And I know I'm gonna want this. And it weighs nothing, like it's super light. So a towel, this is a really lightweight towel, rain jacket. I ordered me a new rain jacket. Looking at the weather right now, the weather is insane. And it's raining right now the whole time over there. I know that it's going to be much better waterproof. It's going to be needed. And then I also have a rain poncho. This will go over me and my bag, so if it's downpouring, then I can, you know, be completely covered. If it's just like misting, then I'll probably be wearing my jacket and then put this over my pack. I did have a pack cover, but I gotta eliminate shit, so we're gonna make do. I am going to be wearing a pair of running shoes. I don't know where they're at, but I have regular like running shoes, and then we got really nice insoles for them, because on the Camino you're not just walking on dirt trails, you're also walking on roads and cement, and so it's really important to make sure that your shoes go for both. So I got running shoes that are good for trails, and then I got really nice insoles that are good for walking on the road. And then a pair of shoes for afterwards and showers at the albergues. You don't want to go barefoot in some of that stuff. So shoes for afterwards, showers. These will be good for anything. These are Zero shoes, so they're super lightweight, and they're cute. I will be taking just like an extra little water bladder, and for salt and electrolyte things. We also have like these little salt shoes that we'll be bringing. When your body's not used to walking that many miles, it gets exhausted really fast, and so these are super important to have. So salt and electrolytes. And then we'll be bringing just like some snack bars, just for like the first day and on the airplane along the trail. So my favorite part is that we get 2 breakfasts every day. I guess if you choose, of course I'm going to choose that. But when you get up from the albergue, they usually want you out of there by like 8 or 9 a.m. And so you get up, most of the time they serve breakfast and dinner. So when you get to the albergue, they'll feed you dinner. Sometimes, it depends. You sleep, you get up, they usually give you breakfast first thing in the morning, and then you walk for a couple hours. And as you're walking through different towns. And so then you'll stop at the next town, and then you'll get breakfast, like a different breakfast. I think the albergues generally just give you like a croissant or, you know, some kind of bread or carbs or something. And then you go and get your second breakfast, like around 10 a.m., 11 a.m. or something. And then you finish walking to your destination. They do siestas there. So a lot of the times when you get there between like, I think it's like 2 and 5 or something like that. I think it's like 2 and 7. Everything is closed. And so you can't get food or anything. So it's nice to have like some snacks just in case when you get back, there's nothing open and you have something to eat. And you can go get dinner. I think their dinners generally start between like 7 and 9 p.m. or something like that. Like their dinners and their whole meal schedule is different than ours. So that's going to be a little bit different to get used to too. All right, other things I'm bringing: sunglasses, a silk bonnet for my hair. We'll be bringing a water bladder, and I'll probably only be filling it up to about 1 liter. So across the whole Camino where you're walking, there's water along the whole way. So it's not like that you have to fill up to last you the entire day. Every time you stop, you can fill it up. So I think I'm only gonna fill it up to 1 liter, but it's nice just to have it right there, not having to reach for it. Outfits. So that's all of the like material items that I'm bringing, everything. So for outfits, I'm going to be bringing 2 pairs of pants. I'll be wearing one pair of pants is going to be in my pack. I'm bringing 2 long sleeves. One of them is merino wool. One of them's just a quick dry. You do a lot of just wool. It doesn't have to be merino wool. You do a lot of wool on the Camino because it dries fast. It is airy and comfortable and doesn't hold smell. It's like antibacterial or something. A lot of wool stuff on the Camino, but one I'll be wearing and one I'll be packing. So there's that. I'm only bringing 4 pairs of underwear. And again, I will be wearing 1, and then I'll be packing 3. A lot of people say it's too many, but whatever, I want 3 pairs. These are also merino wool, so they're dry quick, they wick moisture, and no smell. I'll be bringing 4 pairs of socks, but technically only 3 because one of these is a liner. So you want to use toe socks as often as possible. And then if you have these regular socks, you wear the toe socks and then these over top. So these are technically liners. So these will be going with these. Another pair of toe socks and another pair of toe socks. I will be wearing 1 and then 3 will get packed. I will have 2 tank tops. So if it gets hot, then I take my overshirt off. 1, 2. I'll be wearing 1, be packing another. When you get to your destination at the end of the day or midday, I guess whenever you get there, you'll want to change outfits into your evening outfit. So you want something that's not your hiking outfit. Some people do like their next day hiking outfit, which is just fine. I wanted to bring something that was a little bit different, that was relaxing and comfortable. So I'm bringing just a basic black pair of leggings and a merino wool t-shirt. And then for pajamas, a lot of people don't bring pajamas, but as a woman and sleeping in a place with a whole bunch of other people, I want at least a pair of shorts. So I just have a pair of biking shorts. I'm going to use these as pajamas, and then also if it's hot on the Camino, then I'll be able to change over and wear shorts or wear these. So if it's hot, if it's hot and I want to wear shorts one day, I can wear these hiking as well as if I want to use them as my pajamas. So just that, and then I'll probably just wear one of my tank tops or my evening shirt, or I don't really know what else I'm going to wear, but something. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out one way or another. So really that's everything that I'm taking. So now I'm going to pack it all up and I'm going to weigh it and see where we're at today, because I think this is my finals. So here we go. I'm going to pack it. I won't be packing with water today, but I'm going to put it in there just so I have it. A sleeping bag. I will be putting all of my clothes in this dry bag, so then that way when I get to my destination, it's easy to pack and unpack my clothes, and then I know where they're all at. I have extra little dry bags for like dirty clothes. That's all my clothes that I'm taking. Also, we'll be taking a fanny pack. This is to keep my passport, my money, chargers, probably my headphones. You know, this kind of stuff will all be in here. So this is the outfit that I'm going to be wearing. So I'm not packing that. I'm not weighing that. And I will be wearing my fanny pack with a couple items in there, sunglasses, and my hiking poles. I'm not weighing those because I should be using those the majority of the time. So let's weigh this. Let's weigh it out and see what it is. 14.6 pounds. Yes, that's fucking amazing. But that's not with water either. So water will probably add 2 to 3 pounds. So 40, 50, so 17 pounds. I'm doing good. I'm so excited. Okay, perfect. That just made my whole day. We leave in a couple days and I'm super excited. I think that I am ready. I think I'm ready. I think I've got this. This is terrifying, but I'm really excited. This is going to be amazing. Once in a lifetime opportunity to do this. So of course we have to take it. And if you have questions, drop them in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you have. This is not a normal hiking trip. This is not, this isn't like going through the mountains and using tents and, that kind of shit. I love that kind of shit too. This is different for me, so I'm excited to do it. We leave in step on the trail exactly 1 week from today. So wish us luck. Make sure that you're following to see all of our updates. We are going to try to update everybody every single day. We'll see, give or take, if we end up doing that every single day, but we will be, doing documenting daily. So you'll see it eventually. Okay, I guess that's it. Let me know if you have any questions and follow along.